There's been a call by the Prime Minister for 1,000 new policies, conservative policies, one presumes. The question is, what is conservatism? Well, it's two things. We normally spell one of them with a small c, which is a disposition, and we spell the other one with a large c, that is the conservative political tradition. The disposition is what Lord Hugh Cecil described as a disposition averse from change, the love of things familiar, the feeling that it is safe to follow traditional established practices, and one feels more comfortable with it. We decorate our minds with the furniture of the world about us, and threats to that world are threats to our own sense of identity. The conservative political tradition is different. What is it that unites Burke and Peel and Disraeli and Churchill and Thatcher? It can't be simply conserving the status quo, because they all had a very different status quo. Now, what they all had in common was a desire to make sure that change took place spontaneously, that it was evolution, not revolution, that instead of trying to impose upon society the views of a lifestyle that someone has dreamed up, rather it would be one in which people spontaneously would respond to change, changing times, changing technology, changing attitudes, and that change would take place by this spontaneous process, this evolutionary process. In other words, conservatism does not try to conserve the outcome, but the process. Now, in conserving the process of spontaneity, or indeed restoring it if it has been lost, conservative policies can come up with things that ordinary people feel comfortable with. They go along with the grain of human nature. The obvious question is, was Margaret Thatcher a conservative? Well, she came across a society whose spontaneity had been lost to a very large degree, and she spent a decade restoring it. Yes, she was a conservative.